Okay, let me do an introduction in Spanish, and then I'm going I'm going to start the interview with you. So after your answer, just give me short time to translate to Spanish. Agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what I'm doing now? I'm looking the questions. Okay. I have the question in my hands now. Okay, muy buenas tardes a todos. Aquí estamos, tal como lo prometimos, con Eva Voortman, lanzadora de la selección de Países Bajos. Hello, everybody. I'm here with Eva Voortman, pitcher of the national team of Netherlands. Today, she will be sharing details about her career, her human side, and how is a normal day in her life and in her team. Hello, Eva. How are you?
Hi, yeah, doing well.
Well, I would like to know how did you start in this world of softball?
Yeah, I started 9 years old. Actually wanted to play other sports, soccer or basketball, but they weren't close enough. And then a friend of my sister played baseball and said, well, just come do a practice. And I liked baseball and then moved to softball after like 2 practices or something. And then never left.
Ah, ok. Bueno, ha dicho que comenzó a los 9 años, le gustan muchos deportes como el béisbol, el fútbol, al igual que su hermana. Tiene una hermana que jugó béisbol y comenzó jugando béisbol y luego se pasó al softball. Ok. When you decided to jump from baseball to softball?
Yeah, after 2 practices, they were like softball is for girls, so yeah, like okay, fine. I already like the game, so yeah.
Okay, bueno, dice que después de 2 prácticas. Okay, now when you decided to be pitcher, when you got specialized in pitching?
I pitched since I was 12 years old, but always kept hitting, and I played outfield also, even played shortstop till I was 16. But then the championship of 2014, I was actually on the roster like pinch runner, DH, out like the number 7 pitcher, and then I saw the world level pitching. It's like, okay, yeah, I think I want that, and that's where I committed more to pitching because I can help the team more that way.
Okay, I got a shortcut when you say when you started to pitch. Can you say it once again? What age you start to pitch? What?
12
Ok, bueno, o sea, comenzó bastante joven, pero no solamente se ha especializado en picheo, también ha estado de designated hitter o bateadora designada, también ha jugado de outfield y bueno, desde los 14 años que se encuentra en este mundillo. Okay, now, regarding to your career, what was your first team, your first club?
Centrals in the build, like near my parents' home.
Okay, Central Pins. And I read in the internet you have an academy in that same club. Is it still working that academy?
Yes, well, I run it mostly when I'm past the summer tournaments, so it's more of a winter academy. Sometimes I do a little bit during the season, but yeah, mostly during the winter. But yeah, it's still running. Yeah.
Ok, bueno, lo que le comentaba a ella es que tiene una academia en el mismo club en que ha iniciado y bueno, esa academia todavía está operando y opera también en invierno y sobre el verano suele hacer torneos. Ok, let's go inside your career. When was the first call to the national team?
What do you mean?
The first call to the national team. The first time you were the national team.
My first tournament was 2014, the World Championship in the Netherlands. And then I've been in the program, I think, the 2 years before. I played in college, and then when I was in the Netherlands, I would practice with the team.
You mean when you were 14 years old?
No, 2014.
2014. Sorry, didn't hear. Ok, pues bueno, ese primer llamado llegó en el año 2014 cuando se encontraba en la Liga College en Estados Unidos. Ok, and what did you feel in the moment when you were called to the national team?
One time, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like, yeah, I didn't even realize how much I enjoyed it. I think or during the World Championship. But yeah, I just love softball. Like, it's fun to make the team for the first time. You also know you're not gonna be, how do you say, as big of a player as you want to be later on. But yeah, for me that was the first step. I didn't even realize I wanted to be like the number one pitcher or something at that age. I just enjoyed softball a lot, and then, yeah, of course I liked making the team because I wanted to play the tournament. But yeah, I don't remember like the, how do you say, most genuine feeling. I know I was happy about it, and I love to run, so I was really happy to just make it as like the pinch runner DH kind of girl.
Ok, bueno, básicamente lo que ha dicho fue que se sintió muy feliz cuando recibió ese llamado y que no recuerda un sentimiento en particular, simplemente estuvo muy feliz cuando ese llamado llegó y que ella disfruta de jugar al softball. Ok, question number 3. Let's talk about your coaches. There is a coach that you have a good memory with.
Yeah, quite a few of them, but I think the one that stands out is my pitching coach, Axel Zijtveld. He was there when I started pitching, and he's still there. Like, I still call him sometimes, and we talk about pitching. He talks a lot, but yeah, he was there when I throw some extra. He would like pitch his spins at me, so I would learn what they would look like, and he would challenge me all the time, give me a hard time as well. But yeah, probably the most important coach like throughout a longer period of time.
Okay, how long you were working with him?
Well, yeah, from when I started pitching and up until now, it's not as much anymore because he retired, but I'll still talk to him, and yeah, so yeah, a lot of years, 10 plus years, almost 20, I would say.
Wow. Bueno, he estado trabajando con esta persona. Please, can you spell his name? He estado trabajando con esta persona durante más de 10 años. Pues lo conoce desde que tiene 20. Bueno, va más o menos, si mal no recuerdo, del año 92. Es decir, hasta ahora que este coach se ha retirado, he estado trabajando con ella. So you were working together more than 10 years because if you I don't know if you are born in 1992. Yes. Yes, more than 10 years, and now he is retired. And what was the teaching that you say, hey, this is his sign?
His dedication and his knowledge. He knows a lot. Yeah, he's also always there. Like, he would always be there if I wanted to pitch extra, work extra. He would help me out if I had questions and help me figure it out. So yeah, he would always tell me it would get harder every time. So that made me motivated working. So yeah, it's dedication, I would say.
Ok. Bueno, aquí lo que ha dicho Eva es que lo que más le ha trabajado a este coach es la dedicación, y bueno, sobre esa dedicación le enseñó mucho la cultura del trabajo extra, ¿ya? Motivación y siempre trabajar más. Pues bueno, una de las cosas en las que yo también suelo insistir con mis atletas, y bueno, se nota que es lo mismo en todas partes, o sea, no nos gusta la ley del mínimo esfuerzo. Now, let's talk about the national team. How is a normal day? How is the preparation before the game? How you study the opponents?
Yeah. So then, before we have a team meeting and we discuss what we want to do. what we can expect, and then we have dinner together. We go to and we have a lot of morning games this week, so it's basically get up, get your gear on, and then we have breakfast, go to the bus, go to the field. We have warm-up at dedicated warm-up areas. We switch after, I think, 30 minutes, and then we walk to the stadium or field, and then we have a little bit of the warm-up left. You have like the official 5 minutes on the field. For me, that would mean in the bullpen, preparing, and then we just go. We get to hear the anthem, and then we play for the Netherlands.
Okay. And how do you study the opponents you are going to face? Do you see the stats? Do you see clips? What do you analyze? What you do, or what the team is doing?
We watch some video. We also discuss like how our strengths will match up with theirs, or their weaknesses or our weaknesses. So it's like, how do you say it, multidisciplinary story to prepare.
Okay, give me time to translate. Bien, ok, básicamente lo que ha dicho Eva es que para ellos los partidos prácticamente comienzan desde la cena el día antes de enfrentar un equipo, porque ya ahí comienzan a hablar de ese partido, de lo que quieren hacer, de cómo lo van a encarar. Luego, en la mañana, se van un tiempo considerable antes al estadio y previo a su calentamiento hay un meeting. Luego viene el calentamiento de 30 minutos, que son calentamientos específicos por posición, y después de esos calentamientos hacen como una especie de caminata durante 5 minutos. Esa caminata que hacen, supongo que es para relajación. Y respecto a cómo estudian a los rivales, no solamente ven las estadísticas, sino que analizan videos, y de esos videos ven las fortalezas y las debilidades, y también de los rivales, no solo los rivales, sino de ellos mismos, quiero decir. Okay, let's continue talking. Now, let's talk about, once again, Eva. How do you prepare? Do you have a routine before your games?
A little bit. I just do a warm-up. I use the bands to warm up my arm, but I don't have, like, how do you say it, like things, really little things I believe I have to do well. I don't do that because I don't want to be dependent on that. So I do have my habits, I would say, like the warm-up we do all year, and then you go with the bands. But like also here the weather is quite warm, so you don't need as long of a warm-up, or as extended. We need some time to cool off instead of like make sure you're ready and cool off hard. And so I do have some habits, but not like little things that I need to do to make sure I'm ready.
Oh, great. Can you talk about your repertoire? What is your best speech?
What is my best speech?
Yeah.
Not sure if I should do that. Figure it out for themselves.
Okay. No, okay. I can say you have a good fastball, and I don't know if you throw drop ball, but but I see you get a lot of out with that pitch. Okay, let's continue. Let's talk about the catchers. Do you feel comfortable with any catcher because you are focused on throwing strikes and facing the batters, or there is a special connection with Laura Wissing? Because I saw she's an effective catcher. I I use some clips of Laura to teach my players, and I love how she calls the game. What you can say about that?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, she has a good game calling. We also have something that makes it easy between the two of us. But yeah, there's more catchers I can obviously work with. But yeah, I think you saw that well. It works easy with Laura.
Okay, give me time to translate. Bueno, respecto a lo que es el calentamiento, o sea, no ha dado grandes detalles, ni tampoco nos ha hablado mucho de su repertorio, pero sí que nos ha dicho que parte de su rutina, o sea, forma el hacer liga antes de ponerse a lanzar. Respecto al tema catcher, sí, ha trabajado con muchas catchers buenas, pero o sea, lo de Laura Wiesing casi que me lo ha confirmado, está en otro nivel. Now, how you are facing the weather in Valencia? Because it's really complicated to play in that conditions.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a challenge. But we have cooling vests and cool caps, like cold towels and stuff. So we try to keep the body temperature. It's manageable.
Ok, ha dicho que es realmente un reto jugar bajo esas condiciones, pero aparte de la hidratación, pues bueno, tienen gorras frías y van usando constantemente toallas, supongo, dentro del dugout. Now, imagine this interview is being seen by young players starting in this sport. What will be your message to all those players?
I would say keep learning. I think that's what football can give you, because it's a very difficult sport to master and play. But I think there's something in it for everybody. So as long as you keep seeing it as a challenge and something you can learn from, I think you will always enjoy it. Like, there's always a new challenge. It'll never get like super easy. It's a challenging sport, but yeah, I think if you can enjoy the challenge, I think it's a lot of fun, and it will give you a lot of life skills as well.
Ok, bueno, lo que ha dicho, la pregunta que le he hecho es qué mensaje le da a aquellas jugadoras pequeñas que están viendo la entrevista y están comenzando, y lo primero que ha hecho énfasis no solamente en la dedicación, sino en disfrutar del deporte, porque ya este deporte es difícil, todo es un reto, a eso se refería con la palabra challenging. Entonces, si se deja de disfrutar, se vuelve más difícil todavía. Okay. Now, once again, talking about your team. How do you do to connect to each other? Because not all the players play in the same team. So,
yeah, we practice together during the week. But yeah, it's a little different because you play each other during the year, and then in the summer you play together. But we also practice together during the week when we play each other on the weekend. So yeah, it's sometimes a little bit complicated in your head. Like, you want to be as well. But yeah, I think because we practice together a lot, and with a lot of players we've been together for multiple summers already, I think we just know each other very well, which is why it works now.
yes, and my next question is, there is not a secret, but there are some things that you say, okay, I'm gonna say that to this hitter, for example, to this hitter because the national team need it, or I prefer to better shut up because I'm gonna face her in the league the next month. This happen or not?
Yeah, it probably happens. Makes sense. But I think I need to get better as well, and I think that will benefit everyone. So yeah, better just share.
Okay. Okay, I'm reading a question from Marlon Perez and in the chat. He says, okay, I'm gonna say in Spanish, se vio afectada por el clima en la cuarta entrada. Realmente le afectó. Have you been affected by the weather in the fourth inning, or was 100% technical decision of the manager to pull you up the pitching mound?
Today?
Yes, today.
By the manager to take me out.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, how did you recover after a difficult inning? Because in the second inning you received a hit, a homer that put the game 3-2, and then in the third inning you pitch 1, 2, 3 inning, and then in the fourth inning, okay, you have been took out. But how do you think, or what you think after an inning like that?
Yeah, well, and I feel a little bit sorry, like I couldn't do the job for the team. But yeah, I also know there's a lot left to play, and yeah, I'll just have to have a short memory and keep working. I know I sort of beat myself, so that's controllable. So fix it the next time. Yeah, I mostly feel bad because yeah, I didn't do well for the team. Yeah.
Okay. Bueno, con respecto a la primera pregunta, dice que no se vio afectada por el clima, fue realmente una decisión del manager de sacarla del partido. Y lo segundo, con respecto a cómo superar los innings difíciles, ha dicho que lo importante es tener memoria corta. Si no ha ido bien ese inning, pues salir con la misma determinación al otro. Now, let's take it back the time in 1 year. European Cup final against Great Britain. What memories do you have of that final? How did you feel when you knew you are going to be the pitcher of that game?
Honored in a way. I came back from a really big injury where I didn't know if I would pitch again or at the level I was at. And I actually read all the notes I wrote during rehab that morning. And then I was like, yeah, this probably should be mine. And then before the game, just looked at the environment, like all the people there. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to enjoy it and pitch my game, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's where we went. I thought the energy was in that game, so yeah, I just enjoyed that and pitched.
Bien, ok. Lo primero que ha dicho es que para ella fue un honor, pero también un reto, porque estaba volviendo de una lesión, salía de la rehabilitación y ni siquiera sabía si podía lanzar al nivel que estaba acostumbrada. Pero bueno, salió a disputar el partido y en plan, bueno, que vaya como tenga que ir. Okay, let's talk about the first inning. What was your sensation after that first inning? Because before the start, I don't know if you were nervous, I don't know if you were comfortable, but there is always the expectation, okay, let's see how goes the first inning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, obviously I was nervous. But that's part. I like the big games, so yeah. We actually got the bases loaded, if I remember well, and we didn't score. I was like, no, I can't run. But then I'm like, yeah, if I just keep the 0, we can't lose. So yeah, I'll just go to work and then help them out on that side. And yeah. But yeah, you're right, that first inning. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Ok, bueno, he comentado que evidentemente sí que estaba un poco nerviosa, pero salió a luchar luchar su partido. Y bueno, hubo un momento en que tuvieron bases llenas, pero pudo mantener el cero y como que bien, se vino arriba. Eso es básicamente lo que ha dicho. Okay. Do you change your approach when the score is tied or when your team is leading? Or you continue working in the same way to the hitters?
Yeah, try to continue in the same way. It's not always easy because you know the score. But yeah, try to keep it small and focus on my game.
Okay. Bueno, le he preguntado, o sea, si ella mantiene el mismo enfoque cuando el partido está empatado respecto a cuando su equipo está arriba, y me dice que trata de mantener el enfoque aunque no es fácil. Okay. Now, when your team is leading, how do you do to avoid relaxing? Because it happens to some players, especially young players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's happened to me before as well. I don't know if I did it consciously. I just kept talking to myself in the dugout, well, not out loud, but in my head, that the zero was very important and that was something for me to defend. So yeah, like I said before, like trying to keep it small. Like if I just keep pitching the way I pitch, we're gonna keep it zero, which is fine. Like I knew I had room, but yeah, you don't need to use it. You need to, try to focus on that.
Ok, pues bueno, ha dicho algo bastante interesante. Está, por ejemplo, cuando está dentro de su dugout, habla mucho consigo misma. No es que está haciendo ruido ni nada por el estilo, sino que lo hace mentalmente diciéndose, mira, vamos a mantener el cero, vamos a sacar este cero, vamos a sacar este cero. Ok, and now, how did you get the mental strength that you today have? I don't know how to explain it because I'm not a psychologist, but when I see your face, for example, in today's game, for example, in the final of the European Championship, I see your face and I see the determination in your face. I don't see you scared.
Yeah, I'm not scared. I get that. I think it's a little bit of experience. I think pitching is a job you do and you need some experience somehow, even though I think not knowing is nice as well sometimes. But yeah, I talk to sports psychologists also to get to know myself, the things I think, which thoughts help me out. And I think a lot of the thoughts that bother you when you don't know what to do with it, the thoughts are still there. You just know how to manage them better. But yeah, I think it's a process of getting to know yourself in certain situations and then know how to think around it or go along with it. Yeah.
Ok. Pues, bueno, dice que esa tranquilidad se la ha dado la experiencia. No se siente asustada en realidad. Y adicionalmente, pues también hay que hablar con especialistas en el tema que la conocen a ella y aparte de esos especialistas, pues en el momento del partido evitar los pensamientos negativos. Okay. Once again, because I saw a lot of interesting things in that final of the European Championship. Your self-trust is growing up with the innings, or you hold a line and you are in the same line when the game starts and when the game finishes?
I try to keep it in line. I wouldn't say I can always do that, but yeah, I try to keep it the same. Like we talked about the score and stuff changing. I try to keep it the same. and if I can use it to my advantage, I do try to use it. Like I know the first inning, like you said, that's something. The last one is always something. Like, yeah, so there's small moments. I think that could define the game, but yeah, I try to keep it flat. So yeah, if you're right, if you're there, it should be all right. So doing extras too much and doing like not doing less would also not be the best one. So trying to stay on the line, works the best, I would say.
Ok, pues bueno, le he preguntado si su confianza crece a medida de que van pasando los innings de un partido o si siempre se mantiene en la misma línea. Y me ha respondido que prefiere mantenerse en la misma línea porque a veces el venirse arriba puede traer como consecuencia una especie de relajación y allí cuando te relajas es que pueden empezar a salir las cosas mal. Okay. So, okay, I'm reading a message from Carlos Scanner, just sending regards to the broadcast. Okay. Talking about the pitchers in the national teams, do you work together? Talk about the other teams, or you just get focused previous to the game and face the team?
We do talk a little bit about it, or when someone leaves the game and has noticed something, or we share the information. Because we work together all year, so we know each other pretty well.
Okay. Bueno, lo que le he preguntado es que si las pitchers hablan entre ellas o si simplemente cada quien va a lo suyo cuando va a enfrentarse a un oponente, y ella ha dicho que intercambian mucha información y que cada una conoce muchas bateadoras. Now, okay, if you face, for example, Italy, you know Italy because you are European, but how do you do when you are gonna face Puerto Rico or Cuba, where are hitters that you don't see often?
I just go with my own strength. Like I know what my pitches can do. I know the catcher is gonna be behind there, also knowing what I can do. We go from there and base it on there, and then see where we go.
Ok, bueno, lo que le he preguntado, que una cosa es cuando estás enfrentando equipos europeos, que ya muchos se conocen, pero otra cosa es cuando hablamos de Cuba y de Puerto Rico, que son bateadoras que no las ve muy frecuentemente. ¿Cómo es el enfoque? Dice, bueno, allí apuesta por sus mejores armas, sus mejores lanzamientos y también la catcher. En este caso es Laura Wissing, que, bueno, sabe bien qué recursos tiene cada lanzadora. Okay, just to before ending the interview, there is a game or there is a memory or there is a moment that you say, wow, I would like all my games were like this. And a special game for you?
I would say last year, because after the injury, and I really liked the atmosphere in the little stadium, and I think that one, because it's the most recent one. Like before that, we had like Corona and all that. I got hurt, like all that stuff. So and it's one I really enjoyed, also during the game, which is something I worked on. So I'm happy about that game.
Ok, bueno, le he preguntado sobre algún partido en el que diga, wow, ojalá todos fueran como todos salieran así, y nombró la final del europeo del año pasado. Está muy feliz de ese partido. Now, let's go deep about this critical moment, your injury. what was your injury, how did you recover, how did you focus, I mean regarding mental focus to recover from the injury, because it happens in young players as well, and probably they would like to learn how to face that kind of situations.
Well, I tore the long head of my biceps tendon in my shoulder. Well, it's attached to the shoulder. It was torn a little bit below, so they took out the tendon part that was left in my shoulder and then reattached the tendon that was like hanging in my arm. And my mind's like, we didn't know if I would pitch again and in what level. But I knew pretty sure that if I was going to pitch again, it needed to be with the velocity that I had before, because I really enjoy throwing hard. So I wanted to come back to the level I was at or better, and not less. I thought I wouldn't be able to deal with that. I feel like I would rather do something else then. So it's like, okay, I want to do this. And then obviously I have my study in human movement science. So I read some articles and tried to find whether it'd be a good option to have surgery or not, and what the recovery would look like. Asked all the questions to the doctor, and then we made a plan. And I decided if anyone would be able to do it, it would be me, because of the knowledge. And I just saw it as a big challenge to come back. It wasn't like easy the whole time, like I talk about it now, but I decided that I wanted to do this really well, and then that I would also take the time to do it, like not rush, just do what you do, feel your body, like be aware of all the little things. Doing more is not always better. Doing less sometimes works out better. So I really try to find that balance, physically and mentally. I think taking it like one day at a time. Like I actually cried when I could rotate my arm for the first time. Like it took like a minute or something. I just cried because I realized I could actually make a circle. I felt like that was a big step towards pitching again. So there was a lot of tension, obviously, on the way, but I sort of agreed with myself. I would just let it be. I would just feel all of it. And figure out how to feel it and deal with it, and then keep going with the process and just let it be for the biggest part. Trust the feeling, and then it worked out for some reason. Maybe I also got lucky. I'm not sure about that, but it's a cool story now. It happened, and I actually feel better after than before. So I gained a lot from it. So it can be a positive story, even though it's a scary one.
Yeah. For me, you are not lucky. For me, you are strong. And that's why you got recovered.
Yeah.
No, it's really interesting, your history. And would like to know, did you need surgery or not? Just a recovery therapy?
No, I got surgery.
Oh, that's why the history got challenging.
Yeah.
Well, but today we have the best version of Eva, or at least a version that everybody loves. For me, it's spectacular to see you pitching. Now,
I think the Wi-Fi. Again, I can hear you again. I didn't hear your last question.
No, was not a question. Was a comment that needing the surgery makes the fact really challenging. But today we have the best version of Eva, because everybody loves to see you pitching.
Nice, thank you.
My pleasure. After this tournament, are you going to take a rest, or you will continue in your league?
We will continue in our league next Saturday. A bit tough, but we'll see. Just this first, and then we'll see.
Okay. Bueno, let me translate and then we are gonna close the interview. Ok, pues bueno, realmente o sea, la recuperación de la lesión ha sido todo un reto porque al principio estaba preocupada, decía, bueno, si podría lanzar no al nivel al que ella estaba acostumbrada, si podría tan siquiera lanzar, porque ya es de las pitchers que les gusta lanzar duro y no sabe si después de la lesión iba a tener que apelar al recurso más que a la velocidad. Le hizo de todo tipo de preguntas a los doctores, pero bueno, luego, después de la aceptación de la lesión, pues bueno, que si alguien puede con esto es ella. Finalmente, luego de la operación, comenzó a recuperarse y al principio estaba un poco asustada, tenía un poquito de miedo. Hubo un momento en el que lloró porque no podía ni siquiera tirar la bola, pero lo más importante, y es un consejo que le da a aquellas jugadoras que están volviendo de una lesión, no apurarse. No apurarse, lo dijo bien claro, don't hurry up. Y al no apurarse, porque lo que puede venir es una recaída. Y respecto al trabajo que se hace, no siempre hacer más es mejor. Hay que esforzarse, sí, pero todo en su justa medida. Well, Eva, a final statement that you can say to the young players before closing the interview? A message?
All day, lots to learn, and it can take you all around the world. You can experience a lot, like teammates, coaches, but yeah, different countries, different styles of softball. There's a lot to discover, and yeah, I would say go out there and try.
Ok. Bueno, ha dicho disfrutar del softball, ir a donde se pueda, probar diferentes estilos de juegos de softball, compartir con diferentes entrenadores y compañeros en diferentes países, siempre que se pueda hacerlo porque son muy buenas esas experiencias. Well, have been Eva Voortman. I'm really glad to see you here, and I want to send you my best wishes for the rest of the competition.
Thank you.
Bye. Bueno, ha sido Eva Voortman. Aquí ya cerramos la entrevista. Han sido 45 minutos muy interesantes en los que nos ha dicho cosas que le pueden servir a aquellas atletas que están comenzando. Pues bueno, yo procedo a cerrar acá el streaming y una vez más agradecido con todos aquellos que se han interesado por el contenido. Voy a cerrar acá la llamada y voy a decirle ya a Eva. Well, I'm gonna hang up the call. Thanks for your presence here, Eva.
Yeah,
bye.
bye.
Bien. Y con esto se cierra el streaming.